So starting with number 19, because we haven't talked about how to do this any other way, if we were doing A equals 1, but now A doesn't equal 1, this may have a GCF, and whatever this is probably that GCF. So I could divide each of these by 2. What would be left? A squared minus 4k minus 45. Then on the inside, then you can do what we were doing yesterday. Look for 2 numbers that multiply to be 45. So what are factors of 45? And 5 and 9 and 1 and 45. So then, because this is negative, one of your factors has to be negative. Which pair and which one would be negative? 1. So 5 and 9 would be the pair, but would negative 5 plus 9 give us negative 4?
Yeah.
It would have to be negative 9. So then our 2 factors would be the 2 on the outside from the GCF, k plus 5 and k minus 9. You may see questions like that in the Delta Math test due tomorrow, so I just want to make sure you have this information. You may also see maybe not a number in front, but maybe there are extra variables, and then that would be your GCF. We could take out an x of all of these. What would be left? X squared plus 2x minus 48. And then we're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to be 48. That would add to be 2. 6 and 8. I'll list all of them, but 6 and 8 would be the 2 that were 24 and 2. 1 and 48.
What if you use the other ones?
Say that one more time.
What if you use these other ones instead of 6 and 8?
They wouldn't work.
Wait, then how do you
Hold on a second. 4 times 12. One more. We have 1, we have 2, we have 4,
6.
we have 6 and 8.
Oh,
16 times
16.
3.
16 times 3. Alright, and then which of those, one of them have to be negative, which pair would it be? I said which pair would be, which one would be negative of 6 and 8? 6 and 2. 6.
How do you which one?
Would negative 8 plus 6 give you positive 2?
Oh,
So, honey, to answer your question earlier, these might multiply to be negative 48 if you make one of them negative, but if I add them together, then it gives me 2. So only one will work. Are there any others that we want to see? Do go over, have questions about? So in 24, what would that GCF be? 5. Divide each one by 5. What's left?
M squared.
Plus,
6
minus.
negative 7.
So then we're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to be 7.
1 and 7.
1 and 7. And would add to be 6. Negative 1, positive 7. So 5 and then m minus 1, m plus 7. Any other questions there? Okay. Before I explain what we're doing today, tomorrow, I need you to get into groups of 4. So there are 24 of you here today. Get into groups of 4. Every group can get their own table and grab an extra drink. I need everyone to look at the board. Of the 4 of you, you guys are going to decide who's going to be the recorder, who writes the answers on your answer sheet. I haven't passed it out yet, but be deciding that who's going to be the runner who comes to get their answers checked. who's gonna be the reminder, reminding people of their manners to make sure everyone's doing their work, and things like that. You guys can decide that. And then who's gonna be the reviewer who checks for, did everyone do this correctly? Did everyone understand this problem? Did we all agree on the same answer? All of those things. So take the next minute, decide who's gonna be what. Alright, so once you have your roles, I'm gonna pass out, everyone is gonna get one of these packets. So everyone is doing the work on their own packet. You guys are coming together and talking about the answers afterwards. Whoever is the recorder, every group will have one answer sheet, all names need to be put on it, but the recorder is going to put the correct answer that you all agree upon, so we shouldn't just be putting whatever answer I think it is, it's whatever answer the group thinks it is. And then the runner's going to bring this answer sheet up to me, and I'm going to check it. I'm going to leave this up so you guys can see how the points are scored. If it's correct, you get your 2 points. If it's not, I'm going to highlight or circle which ones are incorrect. You go back and you work on them. And then if you bring them back up and they are correct, you get 1 point. If they're not correct at all, you get 0 points for that. But then I help you figure out what went wrong. Not very well.
What's the point?
This is a grade though.
Oh.
It will go in as a formative grade.
You make it summative.
Can you make it?
No.
What's 400 to be summative?
Because there are people not here and no.
Okay.
Each group can have Desmos. That can be everyone, that can be one person, but don't let it be a distraction. So as soon as you have everything, you guys can start working. I'm going to pass out the packets first.
We only have 10 minutes on this.
You'll have more time tomorrow.